Hey everyone, welcome back. Chris here. In this video, we're going to talk about what is keto. Now, keto or the ketosis diet is basically a state that your body goes into when it's deprived of carbs. It's almost like a survival mode. What tends to happen is when you're eating carbs or anything with carbs in it, your body uses those carbs first as energy. Now, if there's anything left over, as in if you overeat, that tends to get stored away as fat cells. It's converted to fat and stored into fat cells essentially. Also spikes your insulin, and that's when you have your crash down after that energy spike. So what keto does is you're depriving your body of those carbs, so your body produces what are called ketones. Now ketones reside primarily in the liver. That's why long-term keto can do some damage to the liver. So we don't want to look for too long-term. I aim for about maybe a 6 month, couple months off, 6 months, couple months off. Now, what happens is those ketones go into those fat cells to grab that energy, or grab the fat to use as energy, and that's why you tend to see kind of a big fat loss. Now, at the beginning phases of keto, what a lot of people see, a lot of weight loss, kind of a plateau, and then that steady weight loss. And what that is your body goes through what's called the keto flu. You actually feel fatigued and flu-like symptoms. That's actually your body getting rid of sodium. So it's kind of important in the beginning phases to up your salts a little bit. That's why I salt a lot of stuff with my pink Himalayan salt. It has a lot of good minerals in it for keto. But that's your body getting rid of sodium, which in turn lowers your water weight. So a lot of people kind of see that big spike down first in keto and then that plateau, and they get discouraged. That true fat weight loss really doesn't start happening until about week 3 usually, sometimes week 4. So that's why doing keto for at least a month is really important to actually start seeing results. If you are looking to do keto diet and you're in that beginning phase, don't get discouraged by that massive weight loss, the plateau. The rest of the actual weight loss will come after that. Your body will kind of regulate. Nice thing about keto is when your body's using fat for energy, you don't have those spikes in the insulin. You just have a nice, even energy level. Now, the reason why your body starts producing ketones, your brain needs about 50 grams of carbs in a day to function. What we're doing is we're giving our body less than 20 grams of carbs. This is what we're aiming for. You can still hit keto with, say, 30 to 50 grams of carbs even, but it's more difficult, we'll say. So it's easier to try to aim for under 20 grams of carbs. But what happens there is your brain's basically saying, oh no, where's my energy? Your body switches over to using those ketones. Ketones pulls that fat from all your fat storage, or fat cells if you will, and starts using that energy. Now the way you kind of want to structure your diet, and a great app to use for that is the MyFitnessPal from Under Armour. I like just entering in my info. Now they'll tell you need more of this, more of that. You just want to ignore that and kind of listen to your percent, or look at your percentages. So we're aiming between 75 to 80% of your intake being fat, 5% being carbs, which means the rest of it will be protein. Now we don't want to do too much protein. What happens if you do that is your body actually kicks over and uses those proteins, which can kick you out of ketosis. So again, you're looking for more of, we'll say 80% fats, 5% proteins, and 15% proteins and about 5% carbs. So really it's a high fat, mid protein, low carb diet breakdown. Now, that intake doesn't have to all be meats. I actually eat a lot of vegetables, especially salads. I really like salads because I can put dressing in there and a lot of healthy oils like MCT oil, olive oil, avocado oil. I could also put avocado on top, and if I need some more fats, I can put cheese on top. So I really like implementing salads and other types of veggies into my diet. So that's where a lot of confusion is. A lot of people say, oh, isn't keto like the meat diet or the anti-vegan diet? It's more the carnivore diet. Keto is definitely more of, I just want healthy fats. So I actually do eat a wide array of greens as long as they're not too high in carbs, or I'm not eating too much of them. For example, broccoli being somewhere about 5 or 6 grams of carbs. Again, there's fiber in it, so there's net carbs, which makes it less. But if I were to eat too much of that in a day, that could throw me out of ketosis. So I make sure to watch out for that. Now, as always, if you're looking to start any new diet, I always recommend checking with a doctor, nutritionist. Nutritionist is different than a nutrition coach, so make sure you actually get a educated nutritionist if you're looking to do that. As far as keto goes, I know it can help with type 2 diabetes. That's what research has shown. Again, make sure you talk to a doctor if you are diabetic. Always check. I can't emphasize that enough. And it's also been shown to help with epilepsy. So my wife actually works for one of the hospitals around here. I'm not going to say which one. But they tend to get kids tend to be a little bit more epileptic than adults. And what they do is they actually put those kids on a keto diet. And that tends to help at least alleviate kind of those epileptic symptoms. Now again, I'm not prescribing you anything. I'm not saying you should try it. Keto definitely is one of those diets where you can't just do it part-time. It is very strict. It's a state that your body goes into. So it's not so much that we're trying to be dogmatic or anything like that. It's your body literally won't be in keto if you take too many cheats. We'll talk about cheats real quick. If you wind up doing a cheat meal, let's say you're 2 weeks into keto, you end up having a meal out with friends or something like that, all you really need to do to stay in keto is basically fast either the whole next day or fast until around 2 or 3. Usually does it for me personally. But again, going back to kind of epilepsy and whatnot, again, always check with a doctor. The research is out there, but always check with a professional before you're doing any sort of diet. That's kind of keto in a nutshell. I'll break down kind of more of what I eat. Again, especially when I'm doing my cooking, I'll be showing you what I eat, and we'll go from there. Again, thank you for joining me, and as always, Sawadee Cup.